Stephen Fulton vs Naoya Inoue has been now officially announced for May 7 in Yokohama, Japan, and represents the sport of boxing at its very best. The fight, which many fans believe is the greatest that can be made in the sports today. Two of the elite fighters in the lower weight class against one another. Fulton, who is 28, is ESPN's number 1 boxer at 122 pounds, and Inoue, who is a major star in Japan, is ESPN's number 2 4-division king. America's Fulton will be the defending world champion, with Inoue moving up to try and become a 4-division king. Nicknamed the Monster, Inoue unified all 418-pound titles in December in Tokyo with an 11th round knockout of Paul Butler to capture the undisputed bantamweight championship. Inoue announced in January that he would relinquish all 4 belts as he prepared to campaign at 122 pounds. A fight with Fulton will present an opportunity for the Inoue to establish dominance in his new weight class right out of the gate. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as we look into the fight between Naoya Inoue vs Stephen Fulton. Naoya Inoue is a Japanese professional boxer. He is a 3-division world champion and the former undisputed bantamweight world champion, having held the WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine titles between 2019 and 2023, and the WBC and WBO titles between 2022 and 2023. Inoue's title campaign began in boxing's second smallest weight class in just his 6th professional fight. Back in early 2014, at just 20 years of age, he knocked out Adrian Hernandez to win the WBC light flyweight world title. Inoue made one defense of his belt before making his first move up in weight. If he had wanted to, the Japanese superstar could surely have won a world title in the flyweight division. But he instead took the opportunity to leap straight up to super flyweight. Despite facing a bigger foe than he was accustomed to, Inoue stopped Omar Naves in just 2 rounds and won the WBO world title to become a 2-weight king at age of 21. He sadly struggled to get the unification fight he craved in the division, and after 7 successful defenses, moved up again 3 years later. In his first fight at bantamweight, he proved once more that he would have no issues dealing with bigger opponents and knocked out Jamie McDonnell in first round. He then entered the World Boxing Super Series tournament, in which he beat Emmanuel Rodriguez and Nonito Donaire to emerge as unified IBF and WBO world champions, a 3-division king. Last year, after Donaire won the WBC crown, Inoue rematched him and knocked out in 2 rounds to take it. Then, in his most recent fight, he stopped WBO champion Paul Butler in December to achieve his goal as undisputed king. Currently, the Monster has an amazing professional record of 24 wins and 0 losses with 21 knockouts. Stephen Fulton Jr. is an American professional boxer. He is the unified super bantamweight world champion, having held the WBO title since January 2021 and the WBC title since November 2021. He previously held the IBO Super Bantamweight title in 2019. Fulton announced himself on the scene in 2021 as he first won the WBO crown by outpointing Angelo Leo. He then had his first breakout win by jumping straight into the unification fight with Brandon Figueroa and taking the Mexican's WBC belt. In his most recent fight, Fulton beat former WBA and IBF champion Daniel Roman in another impressive points victory. Fulton, who has a professional record of 21 wins without any losses, is simply the best fighter at 122 pounds. He is also one of the best regardless of weight. Fulton, who is from Philadelphia, has never fought outside of the US. He is promoted by PBC, while Inoue is co-promoted by Top Rank, 2 promotional companies that rarely do business with one another. However, Inoue's Japanese promoter, Akihiko Honda, drives the direction of the 3-division champion's career, especially when those fights are in Inoue's homeland. The stats suggest Inoue has a massive power advantage over Fulton, boosting an 88% knockout percentage over Fulton's 38%. Stephen Fulton is the younger man by 1 year at 28 years old. Fulton has a height advantage of 2 inches over Inoue. Despite this, Inoue has a 1-inch reach advantage. Both Fulton and Inoue fight out of an orthodox stance. Fulton is the less experienced fighter, having 3 fewer fights, and made his debut in 2014, 2 years later than Inoue, whose first professional fight was in 2012. He has fought 5 more professional rounds, 143 to Inoue's 138. Fulton goes into the fight ranked number 1 by the ring at super bantamweight. Naoya Inoue is currently ranked number 1 by the WBC and WBO in 122 division. The 28-year-old American is a magnificent boxer and will likely provide the toughest challenge of Inoue's career to date. The 29-year-old Japanese destroyer will still be the favorite to emerge victorious, but Fulton could return home as a star if he retains his belt. Despite all this, what's perhaps most impressive about this fight is how it has come about. It's rare to see 2 elite pound-for-pound talent such as these meeting in their primes, let alone with a deal done so quickly and with no messy public negotiations. Fulton and Inoue have both made this fight happen, and on May 7 they will deliver boxing at its very best. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with latest boxing news and fights. See you next time.